Wow. Okay. All right. Oh, hello, peekaboo. Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Coaster Spotlight Planet Coaster 2 Edition. We got an exciting, jam-packed Viking theme coaster bundle for you here today. We're featuring 3 Viking-themed coasters, and one of them utilizes the new ability to customize your own coaster train, turning it into an actual, literal Phoenix. It is so sick, and I can't wait to take a closer look at that one. We have 2 other fun Viking-themed coasters with a launch coaster as well as our first ever RMC hybrid. Very fun. It's gonna be a jam-packed episode, so get your popcorn and let's dive right on into it. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are in the Coaster Spotlight Bundle Park. We have staged ourselves 3 coasters in a park layout here today to check out. And we have a massive giga coaster here, and it is themed to that of a Phoenix. Look at that right there, look at it. We got the streamers for the tail there. It is incredible, absolutely incredible. A nice little sign here as well. A Phoenix head up there, some feathers. It's all looking incredible, and we can see a fiery Phoenix up in the sky there. So we're definitely going to want to ride this one at both day and night. Speaking of which, I think I want to change the time of day. How do I change the time of day while I'm in this view? Oh, weird. Is that even possible? Yeah, I don't think it is. That's not fun. Yeah, just the way the sun hits from this angle, I think it's just a little bit nicer. So let's go on in and check out what we have in store for us here today. All of this blueprint, all of the blueprints that you'll see in today's video, their share codes will be down in the description below if you want to download them and place them in your parks yourselves. This one did come fully set up with the queue and everything, and thank God for that, because this queue takes us all the way up a freaking tree. Look at the details on that tree even. Incredible. So yeah, this is all set up. You even had a pool. We're gonna have to look at that, but the pool was used for an aesthetic pond, which I thought is a clever idea, but the game is giving me warnings that guests can't get to the pond. I thought I disabled the warnings and stuff. It's a little bit low of a ceiling here, considering how high we actually are. Very cool. Look at this. We got a furnace in here. We're making ingots. I like it. Man, these queues. Ah, wow, this looks nice. All right, cannot go on there until there's a coaster, so I'll cut to it when it's ready. Ride Wings of Phoenix. Again, I mentioned this in a previous video. We cannot look at the coaster stats while in this menu. I really wish they would add that to the side here, and we can like hide it or something. So yeah, we got to try to get that information over to Frontier. But this is a wing launch coaster or winged lift coaster. So we're definitely going to ride on the wing to start, I think. And then we can see what other perspectives we got going on here. Let's check it out. We'll take a closer look at this Phoenix in a second. But there's the head of it right there. And look at that. Wow. It's like the Hunger Games Phoenix. I love it. Look how high we are. This is incredible. Ooh, and we got some custom music. Oh. Oh, look at that. The nest there. I almost feel like it would have been nice to do a roll over the nest. That would have been cool. Big old pretzel here. Nice. It's very like gentle for how big the coaster is and how much speed it gains. It's smooth. We're just kind of soaring. It's very relaxing. I like it. Oh, I completely forgot, everybody. Today's creation is Wings of the Phoenix, created by Leene, a master builder and a silver patron. Thank you so much for your support, Leene. Let's read what they have to say while we load up another one. And I do want to switch this one to night to see if we have any like nighttime lighting on this. And then we can actually take a look at the ride stats. I guess that is one thing I can get used to is we can look at the ride stats if I decide I want to ride the coaster a second time. And there's all the stats there. 3 inversions, 5 airtime counts, 135 kilometers per hour is the max speed. And it didn't even feel like we were going that fast because it was so like whimsical. And then maybe what we could do is just a standard front bumper. Oh, we can't do front bumper. Look at that. Okay, let's try look forward. I kind of want to see like parts of the coaster here. I want to watch the Phoenix. This might obscure our view, but it might also, maybe not. Let's try this. While we go up the lift, I will read what Leene has to say. Soar through the air with the Phoenix in this very smooth wing coaster that goes through a pretty environment with a wizard's tower and magical autumn forest. This is my first coaster in Planet Coaster 2. I love the new coaster car customization, so of course, I had to turn my train into a mythical creature. Very excited to see everybody's creations in the game. Ride and enjoy. Wow. Okay, so the camera pulls back a bit, so we get to see a little bit of those wings in our face. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this. Maybe we have to go to the wing view. That's not too bad. Oh. So other than the Phoenix up top being like a nice view there, look at the pond. It has like a little bit of a lighting in the pool. That's cool. I feel like a lot of my words are rhyming today. All right. Yeah, I would like to see a little bit more lighting throughout. The tower looks really good, the wizard tower, but then maybe having the lights just over there draws your attention to it a little bit more, so I'm not really opposed to this idea. Very cool creation from Leene. Let's take a closer look at her Phoenix. So again, you can see like the base winged coaster has an eagle on it, right? And then that's it. But then we've added in this like head, and each one of these segments is attached to each one of the segments of the train so that the actual Phoenix will bend as it's going like over inversions and stuff and banking. And look at that, all of the flapping tail bits there. So cool. This is exactly what I wanted to see when we first heard about this idea. I was like, oh, we got to have like a contest to make coaster cars. And then I knew the first thing people would make is mythological creatures. One thing I had in mind was like a really long junior coaster that like, you know, 20 segments or something, and it's like a sea serpent, and then you have that going up and down through the water. That's a really cool idea. I can't wait to see more of these, so send them on in, guys. Leene, you absolutely killed it on this one. And last but not least, I want to take a closer look at your Phoenix. That looks crazy. What I like about this is I can't really see the fire emitters like you could in Planet Coaster 1. This fire and smoke looks so much crazier than what we had in Planet Coaster 1. The fire emitters are there, but from a distance, you can't really notice them. So it just looks like a Phoenix in the sky. That is rad. We have this nice Viking tower. As mentioned, this is a pool. So Leene included the pool as a, way to create a pond, which I think is creative for sure. But there is, I'm not sure how to find it. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, here they are. They're called water shapes. See this? You can do like deep ones. And while they don't look that impressive in this setting, once you put them in the ground, they actually are transparent. And they, I've seen people use them, and it actually does look like water. So the pool is one way to include water in your blueprint, but the water panels are definitely another option. The only downside to this pool is that, we get these notifications saying guests can't reach the swimming pool, which is kind of annoying. What I would suggest, Leene, is actually integrating it in a way that the guests are allowed to come swim in the pond. I mean, that is something we haven't seen yet. People are making pools to be pools. Well, what about ponds, right? We could like literally have a diving board here and then they go swim in the pond. And having guests swimming in the pond here, I think is awesome. I haven't seen that yet, and I didn't even think of that, but seeing this has made me think of that. So I got to give you credit where credit is due. I think that's a great idea, and you could just move these rocks aside a little bit so that the guests can access this. You can have like a lifeguard thing, a changing room here, and then as they get off the Phoenix, they can cool off. They're on fire now. They got to jump in the pond. Yeah, it's really, really cool. I don't know if I sunk this in low enough. No, I didn't. So pathing was fine though. Pathing was fine. Just double checking it there. Really awesome coaster design here by Leene. Let's keep on keeping on. And this time I'll remember to announce our creator. All right, what do we got going on next? We have the Viking runners created by Leovo, another patron, silver patron. I'm trying to feature all the patrons first, guys. If you want to get spotlight priority, have your stuff seen first, support the show through Patreon, and we'll be looking at your creations before everybody else's. I will read what they have to say as soon as we get on this coaster. Short little cue here. So this one didn't have any pathing or queue work. I had to set it up myself and I did a horrible job at it. So I think Levo, you should consider making a nice little decorative Viking queue for this with a nice exit as well. I think that feature being a part of Planet Coaster 2 is really, really nice, and you should use it as much as possible. So what do we got going on here? I want to ride this one in track view because we couldn't really do the last one in track view. And once this thing, whoops. Oh, wow. No, it's taken off. Welcome to my first Planet 2 coaster creation, presenting the Viking Runners. Take a magical journey through the village that has become overrun with Vikings. But be careful where you step, as the Vikings have only started moving in, leaving a bunch of mess everywhere. Okay. And there it is. Oh. Man, the coasters are so smooth in this game. I haven't seen a janky coaster yet. I think with the new smoothing tools in Planet Coaster 2, it turns every beginner builder into an advanced or expert builder. But it'll take the expert master builders to a whole new level, right? So do we have any nighttime lighting on this guy here today? Not really. But I do want to shine a bit of a better light on this one in terms of daytime lighting, and maybe we can try a different perspective for this coaster. Look forward, maybe at the back. Let's check this out. Ooh, look at that lighting. Woo! Beautiful. Oh. I thought you said the Vikings left a mess. I don't see any Viking mess. Would be cool to have like Vikings battling in the middle of this. Animatronic Vikings or something. I still don't know what's possible with the base animatronics, but we're going to get into that in a future video, I would assume here. But very nice. I definitely like the look of this boarding station. The aesthetic's really great. Like I said, can add in a queue and an exit, integrate that, make it like a nice little Viking queue. We have some pretty cool aesthetics here. I just continue that to the front. The back end comes with a bunch of trees, a couple buildings there, little windmill. Yeah, it's a pretty big footprint. It comes with a lot of trees and rocks and stuff. It's a little bit missing a little bit of that Vikingness in the center in terms of like theming and polish, but kind of suspected the first coasters that we're featuring, because at the time of this recording, the game hasn't even been out a week. I suspected that the theming is not going to be over the top, and we're, you know, and that's fine. So I think it's enough. It's pretty good. It has like a good composition there. It's looking great from this angle. So yeah, a pretty solid job here by Levo, a builder in this community. Now, last but not least, we're approaching what we call here BRYNHILD, created by Critten 2099, a builder, and I guess we have to talk about this before we jump on it. So I don't mind setting up the paths, but I do think it's good to showcase these. Like, if I set up the paths, I'd probably forget to mention that's something that you can do. I don't think this builder built like rails so that a path can go through, but then didn't set it up. So I'm assuming they didn't know that if you path all this, it saves it into the blueprint when you select it all and hit save. So all they had to do is set it up themselves, and then when we plop it down, it's already set up. The problem is, as I was going to place the entrance and the exit for this coaster, check this out. I can't put it on the other side. When you go to build your coaster train, you have to decide, do you want the entrance and exit on both sides or one side? And you chose one side. So this actual station needs to be swapped out for a double-sided entrance, because we want the entrance to go over here on this side so that the guests can actually come out through here, right? So I actually, with this blueprint, it is a bit of a flaw, and it is a point of feedback that, hey, I'm testing your coasters, I'm checking them out. I'm gonna let you know, hey, this is a problem, and you should probably fix it for anyone that downloads it. And while you're at it, you might as well do all the pathing, swap out the train station. Now they can exit out the back, back. Then you could set up the exit and the queue, and then maybe include a couple extra doodads around the side. So this one also a very big footprint. It came with all of these trees and rocks. I think it's a little overkill. I would much prefer like just some clean fencing around the outside, right? Some Viking fences, a couple Viking watchtowers, maybe a couple catapults, some debris and destruction, maybe a Viking boat or something, a little pond, and then just grab all that and bring it in as one nice clean blueprint. Because now that I bring it in here, I got to kind of, you know, clean up a lot of this stuff. It's a bit overkill in my opinion. And this is a look at it here, just as an example. It's like, how do I even fit this in my park, right? It's kind of nuts. It's kind of really nuts. So I would tone it back just a little bit there. As it's so easy to add trees and rocks in this game now, like if anyone is unaware of this, there's just the scenery brush, right? And then I can just crank up the size and it's like, whoop. So if I wanted to add those rocks and trees, it would literally only take me 2 seconds. So I think it's fine to not include it, right? Anyways, that's everything I have to say about this. Let's see what the creator has to say as we hop onto the coaster lift. I guess since we're in this perspective, we can also take a look at the coaster stats while we're here. So you can see the vertical G-forces all there. 64 kilometers per hour, average speed's 30, and 0 inversions, 0 airtime. Scenery rating 9,900 with all those trees. Yeah. All right. So it's a small little RMC. I think it's called Wooden 2, but it's like, it's a wooden coaster, but it's steel topped. So it has the supports of a steel top. Feels like an RMC to me, but apparently it's a wooden coaster. I guess it is what it is. Let's go on it. No guests, so we'll do seat view. And this is what our creator Kritten has to say. This was my first attempt at a full coaster in Planet Coaster 2. Well, I was just playing around with the pieces initially. Eventually, an idea came to me, and I decided to theme my coaster around a Viking outpost where the Vikings could stop to suit up or rest between villages they collide in wars in. Cool. What the heck just happened? My bad. If you right click, it leaves the ride, but I need to right click and left click to look around. Ooh, that's tricky. If I don't time it, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to look around, and I guess my right finger went down just a millisecond before my left finger, and it just popped me out of the ride. So yeah, we're finding a lot of little finicky things with this game so far that could definitely use some improvements. But it's a short little wooden coaster. Fun. Let's check it out in like a cinematic view or something. Actually, you know what? We should go check out Leene's Wings of the Phoenix in cinematic, because it's such a high soaring coaster that I think we're gonna get some incredible camera shots. And I haven't like really gotten a taste for this yet. I want to see what this cinematic view is capable of. So far, the couple times that I've tested it, it seems really good. Look at this. Wow, the camera pulled in between the supports, dodged by the tree. I don't know if that was a happy accident or if there's collision detection on trees and stuff. If they've actually figured that out, that is brilliantly well programmed. That was actually quite nice. Good job, Frontier. Very good job. Big improvement from that of Planet Coaster 1. I still wish I could change the view. But yeah, let's go check out the Phoenix. Absolutely. I want to see this one in cinematic. Come on. All right. Let's see how this behaves with all this open space in the sky. Looking at it from the underbelly there. Can we get a shot of the Phoenix, please? So this is a problem. You can't switch the view, which you could in Planet Coaster 1. That's a nice view, though. Wow, that was like almost thumbnail worthy. Damn, I missed the screenshot. Wow. Okay. All right. Anytime somebody submits a mythological creature, custom train, we're doing cinematic. I am so glad I thought of this before I ended off the episode. It would have been a travesty to not ride this in cinematic, although this view is a little strange. Oh, hello, peekaboo. Nice. I love it. You get a good look at that Phoenix soaring around. Oh, worth it. All right, love to see it. Great job, Leene, on you know, getting super creative with the new custom train setting. I love what you did with this, and then you built a coaster around that phoenix in the sky. It's looking great. All of our Viking creators here today, they did something pretty nice and unique with their Viking builds. They're looking pretty darn good in my opinion. So solid effort from a range of different builders here today. 2 builders and a master here, and 2 Patreon supporters. So thank you everybody for supporting the show. Really appreciate it. If you guys want to support the show, links are down in the description below, as well as the submission form if you want to submit your own coasters, and also the share codes. So go give these coasters here today a look at for yourself. The share codes for these creators are down in the description below, as well as, do we have any social links? We do not have social links here today, so nothing to worry about there. All right, that's a look at 3 more coaster spotlights. What did you guys think? Fire away down in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye now.